Oh, oh, that's right. We're live. We're live. Sorry, I was just reading Creepshow. It's time for the big giveaway at 9. Only it's the big giveaway at 8. So, we're going to wait for a few people to get in here tonight because the video had like 42 comments. And I want to give everybody a chance to get in here that's going to be able to get in here tonight. If by chance the winner is not in the live stream tonight, then I'll post it in the community post and they can get up with me because my email is in the channel description and my Instagram link is up there. So there's 2 ways to get a hold of me. So welcome in to the Friday night big giveaway live stream. First time I've actually scheduled a live stream on this channel or the old channel. So kind of doing it like we've been doing the premieres, giving people a chance to know what's coming. So there's so many people in here. Amy, Tony, Makeup Junkie, Sherry, Draven, Kirsten Marie, OMG. Everybody's in here like the regulars, but I know there's more people that's commented, so let's give them kind of a chance to get notified that the live's happening. Katang's in, Crystal's in. Crystal, you forgot to comment. I know you're a regular. I don't know if you got the memo or not, but unfortunately, if you didn't comment, you won't be put into the big hat here for the big giveaway. And we're definitely kicking it old school tonight. No app is going to pick this crap. No, no, no. I'm drawing names straight out of a hat. That way, everybody knows it's legit. It's on the up and up. A random app is just not going to pick the first comment or the most responded to comment because sometimes that's how it goes. This way, everybody gets a fair chance at winning the Bystol cutouts. Rudge, thanks for joining into the chat. Rudge, I don't think you commented, so I don't know if you knew that tonight was going to be a big giveaway. You may have commented. I don't know. Everybody's name that was in the comments is in here. There's 42 names in the hat, so we're going to see what happens. Yeah, I agree, Kirsten. Old school. This is just like they used to do for raffles at school back in the day. Put your name in a hat, and they'll pull something out. Now, what I'm about to do here, this isn't me pulling the name out yet. I'm just going to go through a few of these and show you all that everybody's in here. And I'll probably butcher some of these names. But see, here's K. Chris. Let's see. Let's pull another one out. What do we got here? We got Sherry Fisher here. Regular. Fold these back up. We've got Kirsten Marie. OMG. Pull this back up. Just showing everybody that everybody's name is in here. 42 names in here. Warlock. X4. You're in here. Everybody is in the hat that's in the comments. I'm just going to pull a few more of these out. Makeup Junkie, you're in here. And if you all saw the post, you know that I took time out of my busy day today to do my chicken scratch handwriting and cut all of these out individually, fold them up, and shove them into this Von Dutch hat that we saw in the Why Halloween Was Better in the 2000s video. So, what's going on in the chat? October Breeze, thanks for joining in, moderating tonight as usual, K. Chris. K. Chris, your name was pulled out, but it was just showing that everybody's name is in here and everybody's going to get a chance at winning tonight. So, this is the first giveaway on the channel. The reason I'm doing the giveaway tonight is obviously because all of you in 1 month pushed this channel further than I ever imagined it. So tonight is my way of giving back to all of you and saying thank you to someone in particular, but I do want to say thank you to all of you because you all moved this channel. We're getting close to 100,000 channel views, close to 4,000 subscribers, 60 uploads. The channel's finally reached monetization in a month. All of this is unheard of, and it's because of all of you. So this is more or less giveaway night, but it's viewer appreciation night is what it is, because all of you make it go. Without you all, I'm just a guy up here. I say it a million times. I'm just a guy talking to myself. So all of you have made this channel so fun, and I think that we're going to have fun over the next few months because Halloween is definitely on the way, as we saw this week. Home Depot had the halfway to Halloween sale on Wednesday, I believe, and then we had Hobby Lobby that you just saw yesterday, dropping pumpkins already. Ironically enough, Jay Reed, Justin, thank you for joining into the chat. I was showing everybody's name is in the hat, waiting for everybody to get in here. We've got about 30 people in here right now. So I'm going to, all right, 42 people are in here. All right, so here we go. 42 people are in here. So that's obviously everyone that commented. Everybody's tuning in tonight to see if they're going to get these Bystol cutouts. Now, as I was showing, everybody's name is in here. So let's shake them up really, really good. And I know I'm supposed to do a drum roll. Somebody said I'm supposed to do a drum roll. So everybody join in and do the drum roll like they did in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. All right. Okay, Chris is like, get to it, Derek. All right, here we go. First one. And I say first one because I may have something planned. So stay tuned. Don't change that channel. There may be more than one giveaway tonight. Just hold that thought. All right. Drum roll, please. First winner, if we do have two tonight. Tammy, welcome in. All right. First winner. Like OMG. It's Kirsten Marie. OMG. So, Kirsten Marie, you've got me on Instagram, so hit me up where I can ship your Bystol cutouts to, because you have won the Bystol cutouts. Kirsten Marie, OMG, you won. But, don't go anywhere. No one go anywhere. All right, we still got 33 people in here. Technically, I've done YouTube many times, but since I've known all of you, this is my second go around at YouTube. So since you all gave me a second chance, I think we need to do this one more time, right? But somebody fell out. All right. So since you all gave me a second chance, I think someone else needs a second chance of winning, and I think I can afford one more set of Bystol cutouts. So, drum roll again. Okay, Chris wants runner up. All right. This time, let's do it random. Let's close our eyes. Let's dig around, make it even more enticing. Everybody tell me when to stop. Tell me when to stop. All right, everybody, tell me when to stop. Tell me when to pull the name. I'm going to pull a rabbit out, Draven. All right, Amy and Tony said stop. Is everybody ready to stop? Stop, 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 stop. All right, who do we got? Dancing Frogs. Draven, I believe that is your wife. Dancing Frogs has won the second set of Bystol cutouts. So, guys, I tried to do this as honest as I can, and I'm going to show you all that everybody's name is in here. But the winners tonight, Dancing Frogs. Draven, you've got me on Instagram. Hit me up because I think Dancing Frogs is your wife, Heather. And then Kirsten Marie, you've got me on Instagram, so hit me up, both of you guys, so I can get your address, and I'm going to ship them both directly off of Amazon directly to you guys because I don't have a P.O. box set up yet. But just so we know, everybody that commented, your name are in the hat. Here's Sherry. All right, hang on. We're going to show everybody was in here. All right. Tamara. your name. I want everybody to know that they had a chance at this. So there's like no things that this thing was rigged at all. LJF family. So we had Tammy Baker. You guys really want me to call out 42 names, or you guys take my word for it? Are we gonna waste the whole night doing this? We got Vicky Ratcliffe. Let's see. Dark Daily says I have a black heart. All right. I just want to make sure because I'll go through this. Here's Deadly Knot. Who else we got here? We got Valerie Gray. All right, cool. Because I really don't want to call out 42 names, but they were all in here. So I'm not going to throw these away because there'll probably be another giveaway on the channel, and hopefully some of the same names will comment again for a third chance at winning eventually. So congratulations to Dancing Frogs and Kirsten Marie. OMG. Tonight's 2 winners. That's right, we did 2 winners tonight as a thank you to all of you all for giving me a second chance. So probably the next giveaway will probably be when the channel hits 5,000 subscribers, which I don't think is going to be far off, seeing how quickly this seems to be moving. So yeah, I wish, honestly, I wish everybody could be a winner tonight. If I was a rich man, I'd send Bystel cutouts to all of you. So just know that I wish that you all could have won tonight for what it's worth. So thanks, Dark Daily. Stoked for the new channel. Hope you've been enjoying the new content up here. Trying to make it fun and trying to make it as interactive as possible. So let me ask you all, did you all prefer the way I did this tonight opposed to the way we used to do things on BHC? Because remember when we did the giveaway on BHC, we had the app and all that stuff. Which way do you guys like it? You guys like the app, or you like kicking it old school and drawing names out of a hat? Crystal says winner, winner. Derek doesn't do chicken dinner. No, I don't. Matter of fact, Amy, you said in your videos, Amy, that you're going to have to cook a vegetable meal so I can drool over that and comment on it just for me since I don't eat meat anymore. So, all right, Katang says old school. This was fun tonight, says Mary Beth. Yeah, I mean, heck, I got to give stuff away because the chat is rolling so fast I can't even keep up with it. I mean, I need to give stuff away more often because this chat is just rolling tonight. All right, Krista Marie says old school for sure. Gail Turner says the hat. Sarah says the hat was fun. Spookable Fun says like the hat. Your name's in there too, Spookable Fun. I did the community post. Everybody's name. Kelly, your name is in there. Yeah, it's definitely, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We might not always use the Von Dutch hat. It was just at my fingertips tonight. I had to use it for something because that hat absolutely fits my head horribly. Like, I've had that hat since the early 2000s, and trucker hats nowadays fit way better than the ones back then. I was literally hating wearing that hat because it was like not comfortable in that video. It was bad. It was really bad. So anyway, like I was saying, I think we're going to be having lots and lots of fun coming up the next few months because I think that we've got a lot of shopping videos coming. I think we've got a lot of fun content that I'm going to be doing. We've still got more Ben Cooper stuff coming. I've got to touch base on the 90s next because that's a decade that I'm fond of because I wore my Ben Coopers well into the 90s. So look for that video sometime next week. Going to be lots of cool stuff coming. And like I said, this channel has been around for 1 month now, and it's had an upload every day. And in between my regular life, I'm trying to do my best to make it. October, thanks for sending the gift. Definitely cool. I like the party hat. I almost forget that now that I'm seeing hearts and I'm seeing gifts and stuff. It's like I forget that that's active now. It's cool seeing that stuff pop up. Thanks for sending the party hat, October. That was actually really cool. Draven says I got a big head. Amy says no giveaways needed for me to tune in. Oh, I know, Amy. It's just, it's a way to give back, and I'll give credit where credit's due, On the old channel, giveaways were never my thing. You know, it wasn't my idea. She was the one that came up with all of that. But I always told myself if I did YouTube again, I would do giveaways, but I would do it a different way. And that's the way I wanted to do it tonight. Didn't want to do an app. Wanted to do it drawing a name out of a hat. Definitely reminded me of the old raffles at school when you thought you were going to win a Trapper Keeper. They gave away a Trapper Keeper at my school, and Trapper Keepers with a Lamborghini on it was what everybody wanted back in the day, and they were giving one away. They were giving away a Lamborghini Trapper Keeper and one with palm trees on it, and you had to put your name in, and of course I didn't win it. I about like Kirsten Marie said, I never win anything. I mean, it's just the way it goes. Some people have luck, some people don't. But like Tom Petty said, you got lucky. I don't think I've ever really gotten lucky really in my life, but just the way it goes, you know. I'm the kind of guy, I win a lottery ticket, spend $2, I might break even, but most of the time I'm just going to lose my $2. So, yeah, that's my luck. I apologize. I've missed a lot of the comments tonight because this has been so chaotic getting all of this rolling, but I definitely this has been one of the more fun live streams, and definitely we're gonna have to do this again because the anticipation leading up to this, it just seems like everybody was into it. And I mean, I know the Bystles aren't super expensive, but it's still a cool vintage retro piece, and I hope the two of you that won tonight, I really hope you guys don't already own these, because if you do, well, you're gonna have doubles now or whatever. But you can never have enough vintage Halloween. So let's see, Mary Beth says, I won a moon pie on Lucky Tray Day. I don't think we had Lucky Tray Day. We just got cafeteria stuff if we did good in school, and they would give us like an extra slice of pizza or something. And by the way, speaking of Lucky Tray Day and retro and school and all of that stuff, is it just me, or that school pizza just hit different back in the day? Like that school pizza, I told my daughter about 10 years ago, I said, I want to come have lunch with you at school one day just to try the school pizza and see if it still hits as hard as it did back then. Because that school pizza cut perfectly into that little square. And if it was hot and fresh, man, that was the highlight of the school day. Like the rest of the school day could be complete and utter garbage. Exactly, K. Chris. That school pizza was on a whole nother level. Like, I know that you can order it from some kind of company online, but it's like $50 for a pizza. And I can't see spending $50 for a pizza, but I don't know. Maybe food review time, right? Maybe eventually, should I order one of those school pizzas, cook it, and try it for the channel? Because I don't think there's many videos of that online. I really don't think there's. Yeah, I know, Draven, the recipe's online, but I really don't want to go through all that trouble of making it myself. Since we've got an empty nest here now and the kids are all grown, I really don't have to cook anymore. So my cooking days are over. So I don't really feel like mixing ingredients now. So, yeah, make sure not to get pepperoni, says Amy and Tony. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Once the channel gets going a little bit more, I'm gonna do a school pizza food review. I've got to do it. I've got to do it. I'm not getting any younger. The only way I'm gonna get a school pizza at this point is if I order it myself, make it myself, or when my grandson gets to be 7 or 8, go visit him at school for lunch just so I can sit down and eat pizza, so all the kids can be like, why is your granddad here? Oh, he's just here for the pizza. He's an old timer. He wants to taste the pizza. That's where I'm at in life right now. Like the highlight of what I'm looking forward to is trying school pizza again. How sad is this? That's what happens when you get close to 50. I'm 46 now. The highlight of your life is trying to find school pizza again. Go figure. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think it's considered cooking, K. Chris. Justin says, Valerie, I'm a high school custodian. The cooks and custodians stick together. Well, let me ask you this, Justin J. Reed. Have you had the school pizza? Does it still taste the same? Is it still a square? Does anybody have kids in school? I know as far back as a decade ago, it was still a square. Look, this whole live stream now. See, if you don't come to these live streams regularly, this is what you're missing out on, because the conversations just about go anywhere. How in the heck did we even get on a topic of school pizza? Like, these conversations go everywhere. They literally go everywhere. So if you're not hitting the live streams, you got to come here, because we have fun at the live streams just about every weekend. Kirsten Marie says, yeah, the pizza here isn't square anymore, but apparently they're still good. Well, damn, that's kind of a deal breaker, because the square is what made it. The square is what made it. And look, the little blue tray that they would put it on, this was my go-to. It was always the pizza, corn, which now I don't even like corn, and chocolate milk and French fries, right? That was my lunch. Pizza, French fries, corn, and chocolate milk. Like, how did chocolate milk even fit into any of that? Oh, I know why. Because here, you only had 3 options. You had chocolate milk, whole milk, and water. Because it wasn't until you got into high school that you had the option where you could actually use the vending machine to get out soft drinks. So, yeah, that's why I opted for chocolate milk. See, Makeup Junkie says, yes, pizza and fries. Yep, same thing. They were little crinkle cut fries. Kirsten says they had us eating pizza and chocolate milk at like 11 a.m. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes 10 a.m., depending on which year you were in. And if you were the first class to go, here was the worst. Here was the absolute worst. Amy and Tony, corn and pizza. K-Crest, no, I tried that Elio's out of the frozen section. It definitely doesn't hit. It's yeah, the cheese isn't right, the crust isn't right, because you know that school pizza had like kind of that soft, almost soggy crust to a point. So it's got to have that right texture and everything, just for it to hit you right in the nostalgia and say, yeah, this is it. That's the way I see it anyway. But yeah, I've tried the Elio's one. What a combo, says Sherry. Draven says, got to put the pickle seasoning on the tots. Trust me, pickle season is basically like Grinch seasoning, I guess, at this point, right? Vista Tiger, do they still do those delicious dinner rolls at school? Those big yeast rolls were the bomb at my school. Funny that you mentioned that, Vista Tiger, because they started those in high school when I was on my way out. The Spookable Fun says, I'm getting hungry now. So am I, because all I had for dinner was a salad. And now all this talk of pizza and French fries and chocolate milk and all of that stuff is definitely getting my stomach rumbling. And it's what, almost 8:30 at night. So after I get off this live stream, I'm probably going to go hit the fridge and raid it and see what I can find, because now I've got the munchies. Let's see, Sarah says, I used to teach outdoor ed in Ohio, like camp, and we had the square sheet pan pizza. Man, see, look, I'm gonna be binge eating Totino's pizza rolls after I get off here now with all of this pizza talk, because it's getting my taste buds in the mood for it now. Let's see. David says, we always brown bagged it. Oh, trust me, David. I brown bagged it many of times. All right, here's something. Exactly, K. Chris. It was doughy. That's the best way to put it. It was doughy. It was doughy, and you could taste the dough hit the top of your mouth and your tongue. It's got to have that doughy taste. It's got to have that doughy taste. But like David said, brown bagging it. Lunch for me was always $1.25. It was always $1.25. And if my mom didn't have the money for me to eat in the lunchroom, it would be brown bag day, and it would be a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And here's where Derek's a weirdo, okay? You ever seen the movie Sling Blade? How Dwight Yoakam always talks about, I'm going to eat me a mustard biscuit. I like mustard biscuits. Mustard biscuits to me were good. You know, I used to get a plain biscuit from Hardee's or McDonald's, and I would drown it in mustard. And to that same extent, I would eat ketchup sandwiches or mustard sandwiches. Matter of fact, one time I got off the school bus. My mom was at work until like 9 o'clock. My sister was at a friend's house or somewhere. So at about 10 years old, it was up to me to make my own dinner. Came home watching He-Man and Thundercats at 4 o'clock, like any self-respecting kid would in that time frame. Got out the bag of Fritos. Got out the loaf of Marita bread. Put mustard on it. Sat down. Ate the mustard sandwich. It's like, that was pretty good. Went to the kitchen. Made myself yet another mustard sandwich. Said, that was pretty good. I think I could eat another one. Growing boy. I was a growing boy. I had an appetite. Ate my third mustard sandwich. It's like, okay, I think I'm good now. By the time the credits were rolling for Thundercats, let's just say that 3 mustard sandwiches and a bag of Fritos weren't a good idea. Later on that afternoon, it was bad. It was bad. I'll put it to you this way: it tasted better going down than it did coming back up. If you get my drift, don't eat 3 mustard sandwiches. It'll do a number on you, for sure. Let's see. Amy and Tony said there's a video about how to make it at home. I know, Amy. I'm just lazy sometimes. I'm lazy sometimes. Like I say, I cooked for many, many years for, me and my partner and our kids, and I've gotten used now to just having frozen meals or salads or peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or whatever. But I guess I can make a pizza. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's definitely probably cheaper than buying one for $50 and then figuring out how they're going to ship it to me. Vaz says, after the first food fight in school, I didn't go back to the cafeteria in high school. I think there was only one time a food fight broke out at my school, and I remember one kid was wearing glasses, and somebody had a pudding cup, and the pudding cup hit the kid with the glasses, and the pudding got all over his glasses. Poor kid's just going into hysterics, and like all he literally had to do was take his glasses off, rinse them off in the water fountain, and wipe them off with a paper towel. But he's just throwing a whole fit talking about, I can't see. Just take your glasses off and wash them. But yeah, it was just theatrics at that point. It was ridiculous. It was almost like you wish the kid had windshield wipers on his glasses where they could just go back and forth. Poor kid. I'm about to lose my thinking about it right now, because the kid was like bawling and crying because it was just bad. It was bad. It was bad. Joe Certified, welcome into the chat. Joe, I believe you were the last winner on the old channel, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right on that, Joe? I think you won the last giveaway on the old channel. You didn't win tonight, Joe, but you were in it, but you didn't win it tonight. But there will be another one coming soon, so stay tuned to the channel. Like I was telling everybody, once I hit 5,000 subscribers, we're going to do another giveaway. Probably some more cutouts. Maybe not these same ones. Maybe the same ones. Who knows? We'll figure it out. It's time to figure it out, probably in about a month or two, hopefully. See, Justin says, the cooks at the high school I work make homemade pepperoni rolls. Wow. They go above and beyond to make homemade pepperoni rolls. Sherry says, oh no, the food fight. Yeah, it was bad. Same with me, Makeup Junkie Barbara. I had salad tonight. Hadn't had any popcorn yet, but I had a, Dave's Killer Bread, the little protein brownies. I had one of those for dessert. I love those things. They're delicious. See, Mary Beth says, what about trying to scheme plans to get food from the outside world during the school day? Yeah, let's talk about that a minute, Mary Beth. In elementary and middle school for me, your parents couldn't even bring you McDonald's. Like, fast food was a no-no. Even if your parents wanted to surprise you for your birthday and bring you McDonald's or Burger King, it wasn't allowed. Like, why? I mean, yeah, I get that fast food isn't healthy, but not even for special occasions. Like, it was so weird back then. I don't even know if I don't think it was that strict when my daughter was in school, because she could have fast food. She could even take it to school herself in her lunchbox if she wanted it. But when we were kids, definitely a different time. I mean, we touch base on this all the time here on the live screams. The wood paddles that we had to endure in the 80s and the early 90s. I made a joke about it 2 weeks back. that we need compensation? An attorney needs to say, were you paddled in school? If so, call 1-888. You were done wrong for your compensation rights today. If you were a kid from the 80s and the 90s, I mean, we look back on it now fondly, most of us. But when you think about a lot of that stuff, a lot of stuff we kind of got the shaft on when it came to school, but I mean, I don't think I would change anything. I would take my generation hands down over any of the stuff nowadays. I wouldn't change a thing. I mean, look at what we talk about. We could play outside till the street lights came on. We weren't glued to a phone. The closest thing we had to a phone was a Game Boy or a Nintendo. We may have been glued to video games, but not to the extent where we disconnected from society. I joke all the time about this to my daughter, and I say, when you get the ultrasound, do you see the phone yet? Because my joke is that all kids now are born already with a cell phone in their hand. So I ask her, I'm like, was the cell phone visible yet in the ultrasound? I mean, that's the way it seems. I mean, it's like 5-year-olds now you see walking around with a cell phone in the grocery store. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Let's see. K. Chris says, y'all went to some fancy schools with dinner rolls. Thanksgiving all the time there, K. Chris. Draven says, Grandpa Derek. I know, right? I know. I mean, I guess I'm at that age now. 4 years away from 50, so hard to believe, right? Hard to believe. David says, Tune went a long way for a big family. Let's see. Sarah says, yes, Laura. Crystal says, I remember the vending machine in middle school had chocolate time, which was better than Yoo-Hoo. I think I remember chocolate time, Crystal. I definitely remember Yoo-Hoo. They still make Yoo-Hoo. I also remember there was a chocolate drink named Toy Soldier, like a chocolate toy soldier or something on it. Vaguely, I remember that. But my thing for the vending machine, anybody else remember this? Andy Cap hot fries. Does anybody else remember Andy Cap hot fries? Because for an afternoon snack at the vending machine, I would always get out a brownie, a fudge brownie, and a bag of Andy Cap's hot fries, and that would be my snack on the school bus ride home. That was my go-to, and it was delicious. I ate that every afternoon for like 4 years until I got so burnt out on it. I'll occasionally pick up a bag of hot fries, but that's another thing now. They just don't really hit like they used to. I think everything, the ingredients has changed somewhat, so nothing now just seems to be the same anymore. See, Valerie says, I didn't brown bag. I had my Sean Cassidy lunchbox. Yes, I was that cool. Oh, yeah. Trust me. Trust me, Valerie. I know. I had my share of lunchboxes. Still got a bunch of them. He-Man lunchbox, Knight Rider lunchbox. Super Mario Brothers was my favorite lunchbox. I had that one in 4th or 5th grade in 1990. It was when they had transitioned to the red plastic lunchboxes. They were getting away at that point from the metal lunchboxes because kids were taking the metal lunchboxes and walloping each other aside the head on the playground with the metal lunchboxes. So they got banned and they started making the plastic lunchboxes. So the first one I got was Super Mario Brothers at Kmart. I remember seeing it because Nintendo was big in 1990 and I had to have the Mario lunchbox. They even had Mario cereal that year. Let's see what else we got going on here. Fist of Tiger says, public high school wasn't that fancy. Amy and Tony, don't forget the French fried. Yeah, exactly. Amy and Tony, K. Chris, really? Mustard biscuits? Yeah, K. Chris, don't knock it. A mustard biscuit is good. But I mean, I guess it's a Southern thing. I don't remember where Sling Blade was supposedly filmed at. I think it was supposed to be somewhere in the South, so I guess that explains a lot. Don't even remember how I fell into mustard biscuits. Honestly, I'm thinking one day, because my go-to used to be jelly biscuits as a kid, like grape or strawberry jam. But I think my mom was out one day and we didn't have any jelly. So the only condiment in the refrigerator was mustard. So I was like, this actually isn't bad. So yeah. Yeah, Barbara, mustard biscuits, they're good. I mean, but a southern thing, a southern thing is this, okay? And when I would go out to California, this was like non-existent, okay? If anybody's from California in here, sound off if you have them in your area. But in the South, the big thing for breakfast is like cheese biscuits. Cheese biscuits in the South is a huge thing, and they're amazing if they're done with the right cheese. So if anybody's got them in their area that's not in the South, sound off, because I think it's mainly a Southern thing, but I could be wrong on that. I'm sure that people in all parts of America probably eat cheese biscuits, but the Southern ones are amazing. Sherry, I used to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Sherry, I'll eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich at least twice a week. Like, there's nothing wrong. And I'll mix it up. I'll either have blueberry jam or strawberry jam or grape jam just to mix it up and feel like I'm eating a different sandwich 2 or 3 nights out of the week, especially when it gets hot outside. Kelly, it was yellow mustard. It had to be yellow mustard. It can't be the brown mustard. It was like just a regular biscuit with straight up cheapo yellow mustard, and it definitely hit in all the right spots. I mean, my sister at one point in time, she was hooked on mayonnaise sandwiches, like mayo sandwiches, like just nothing but mayonnaise on it. Like me and my sister, we fell into some weird phases of food growing up because we grew up in a house, we didn't have the most money. My mom, she provided, she did the best that she could. So we worked with what we had. I think I made a mention of one time, she was a few days out from her paycheck and I wanted a pizza so bad. See how we've done this now? We've come full circle all the way back around to pizza. Uh, she obviously couldn't afford the pizza, so she made a crust out of, flour. It tasted like biscuit dough. She didn't have pizza sauce, so she used like ketchup. And we didn't have shredded mozzarella cheese, so she put American cheese on top, and it basically tasted like a biscuit with cheese and ketchup on it, opposed to a pizza. But she did the best she could, and I'll never forget that. It's the memories that stick with you is what makes it, and her doing the best that she could, and I'll never forget that. And till the day I'm no longer here, like my last day, I'll always remember her trying to make me happy just to make a homemade pizza. Let's see. Justin says we used to put a slice of board and cheese between two pieces of white bread and make a 30-second special. I mean, if we're going to go all the way back, Justin, used to be the fried bologna sandwiches. That was the poor man's special, the fried bologna sandwiches. I mean, I'm sure so many of us had those. I ate my share of the fried bologna sandwiches back in the day. And trust me, I got so tired of bologna, I couldn't do it today. If I was even still eating meat, there's no way I could even face a bologna sandwich. I don't think I could. I don't think so. See, Valerie's just tomato and mayo sandwich. There's the whole thing tonight. I do food reviews, but the whole chat tonight is kind of like a verbal food review. My mom used to make a sandwich called an open face sandwich. It was just one slice of bread, and then she would put mayo on it, and then she would put a piece of sandwich ham on it, and then she would put a piece of like Kraft cheese on top of that, and then she would cut up 2 tomatoes and dump salt and pepper on that, and then she would stick it in the oven for like 5-10 minutes to get it crunchy. And she called it an open face sandwich because the tomatoes kind of made it look like it had eyes and stuff, and she would sprinkle the pepper around to kind of make it look like a mouth, so it's called an open face sandwich. So just funny how you remember all that stuff. Let's see. Oh man, bugles. Sarah, funny you mentioned bugles because the other day I was at Dollar Tree and they had a knockoff store brand of bugles. So check them out because they're actually just as good as the name brand bugles, as a matter of fact. I used to love the handy snacks, the little captain's wafers, crackers that came with a red stick. Dip it in the cheese and put the cheese on your crackers. but the cheese never made it to the crackers for me. I always just took the red stick and would just eat the cheese separately and then eat the crackers last because the cheese was the prize in there for me. And the last time I got them, 5 or 6 years ago, they started cheaping out and didn't even give you the red stick anymore. You had to actually dump the cracker into the cheese, and the cracker would crack off into the cheese. So I think the last time I ate one, I was on a plane ride and had my little snack bag. Hadn't had one in a while. Opened it up. There wasn't a red stick there. I'm like, okay. Dumping my cracker in the cheese. Eating. But then there's all this cheese that's left and there's no stick. It's a full flight. People are sitting beside me. I'm like, I want this cheese. Well, I stick the thing up to my mouth and I'm just like licking the cheese out with my tongue, and I'm sure I'm looking like a complete slob and disgusting, but I didn't care. I wanted the damn cheese. I'm just like going at the cheese. I'm like, I want it. But yeah, that's the last time I had one, and after that I was like, yeah, I'm not messing with these anymore. Thanks, Joe Certified. Good to see my face again. Uh, yeah, I'm glad it's good to see my face again, but I don't like seeing my face, so I'm hiding it behind the beard again. Everybody last week, get this, okay? We touched base on this lightly last week. Draven brought it up in the comments last week about my beard growing back, and the week before that, my beard was growing back, and my daughter stopped by with her fiance, and everybody was like, "I'm glad to see your beard growing back," and I'm just like, and then everybody in the chat last week, I'm just like, so for about 2 months now, I've been walking around like looking like an alien to everybody or something. And people are probably thinking, who the hell is this guy? Why doesn't he grow his beard back? And it's just like, it's just like, okay, I'm never shaving again now, because it's like, now it's like, tell me how you really feel. So I'm gonna keep my face hidden now. All right, let's catch up on some of these comments. I've been rambling on about too much stuff here. Laura says, I was home alone a lot at 10 and watched Julia Child. She made Welsh rare, but with Sherry, so I copied her at home. I was always Justin Wilson's Louisiana Cooking. Laura, I always watched him on PBS on Sundays with my mom, but I definitely remember Julia Child's. Let's see. Okay, Chris says, not a pudding fight. Let's see, that's a waste of good pudding. Yeah, that was chocolate pudding too, so you can imagine how messy that was. Thankfully, he wasn't wearing a white t-shirt. David says, bugles don't fit my fingers anymore. Justin says, I haven't had a pudding in a bear's age. Sherry says, chocolate pudding is the best. To me, Sherry, I'm going to disagree. I'm going to say banana pudding. And I'm not talking about the banana pudding mixed up with the bananas and all of that stuff and, that's specially made. I'm just saying, like, the banana cream pudding, that one to me just is way better now than the chocolate one used to be. Makeup Junkie says, cafeteria food was not really healthy either. Draven says, y'all got to try Paula Dean's banana pudding. Totally different, but so good. Last one I tried, Draven, from Walmart was it Patty LaBelle's banana pudding, and hers wasn't that good. I think it was Patty LaBelle's banana pudding. That one wasn't that good. Let's see. Everybody's just talking about food in the chat now. How many people are going to get off this chat now, or have already gone to the kitchen to raid the refrigerator and find something? Because we're all on the munchies by now from this whole live stream. Oh, man. Kids today are too soft. I like being a latchkey kid with no one hovering over me. I think a lot of us during that time Makeup were latchkey kids back in the day. Justin says, Draven, my mom's a security guard. We got her big black security belt. Kelly says, we had a McDonald's across the street from my high school, so we could go there if we wanted to at lunch. Wasn't nothing across the street from my high school. I had about a 3 or 4 mile walk to get home, like I documented in the Pizza Hut video. And it was about 3 miles from my high school to Hardee's, and that's where my mom told me, well, if you're going to skip school, at least stop off and get fried chicken. And of course, I've told that story a million times. Fido started chasing me, and I had to throw him a chicken leg to get him off my heels. So that's what I'll always remember. That's what I got for skipping high school, but oh well. Let's see. What am I missing here? Andy Cap, Hot Fries, Katane remembers them. Crystal says Toy Soldier. Man, I'm missing so much. I apologize, guys. This chat tonight, I'm trying. We don't normally have that many people in here, so it's kind of hard to keep up with everything. Sherry says love cornbread. Crystal says butterscotch. Sounds good. I'm going to get off chat and go to sleep, says K Chris. I'm feeling you on that, K Chris. I've been up since about 5 o'clock this morning, and I was telling myself I really hope I don't fall asleep in the live scream tonight. But you guys won't allow that because we keep it hopping in here, and it's always a blast in here. Pinto beans and cornbread, said Amy. Cornbread, definitely a big staple here in the South, and I've had my share of cornbread. I know that's like the joke in North Carolina. You're cornbread fed. Let's see. Draven says this is homemade, Derek. Heather makes it on special occasions. So good. Have to have wafers with banana pudding. Yep, definitely vanilla wafers. I always call them vanilla wafers, but they're vanilla wafers. LJF said they've already ordered a pizza. Send me a slice through the phone if you can. There used to be an old hip hop song called "Kiss Me Through the Phone." We need one right now. Feed me through the phone. Feed me through the phone. Which, the way the world's going, I wouldn't be surprised eventually if there won't be a slot somehow that you order a pizza and it somehow shoots out through your device. Wouldn't surprise me in the least bit. The way the world's going, flying cars, I'm sure we're in Back to the Future, but I'm sure it's in our future sooner than later. All right, so I think for the most part, I have caught up on most of the chat. Spray cheese is my guilty pleasure. Mary Beth said spray cheese. Mary Beth, I'm assuming you're talking about easy cheese. Don't get me started on that. I used to be freaking hooked on easy cheese. Easy cheese and Ritz crackers. That was my go-to. And I could sit through an entire movie and just keep going through that easy cheese. Like, that stuff was... man, I think I've got a can in the cabinet now. Maybe that'll be my snack, some easy cheese. I don't know. Let's see. Tammy says, going on a haunted golf cart tour near your way tomorrow. Haunted golf cart tour? Where's that at, Tammy? I'm curious about that. Let's see. Valerie says, yes, makeup junkie jalapenos on cornbread. Kelly says, need a food machine like the Jetsons. Exactly. That's what we need, and flying cars. Although I don't know how I feel about flying cars. I mean, the people can't drive as it is on the roads now. So I don't know how I'm going to feel about cars flying over my house and then all of a sudden one landing in the living room. So that's a little alarming. So I don't know. Yeah, I know, Sherry. That sounds like fun, what Tammy's doing. I'm curious what that is exactly. Oh, Katang, you're out. Good night, Katang. Premiere coming up Sunday. Gonna finally push out that Halloween hunt that at this point is like 3 weeks old, so I've got to get it out of here. Oh, and Charlotte, Tammy. Charlotte, Tammy, that's about a 7-hour commute from me. I'm closer to like the Raleigh side of North Carolina. My cousin, he stays up in the Charlotte area, so I don't really get up that way a lot. October Breeze says, horror characters did they have? Talking to, okay. Krista Marie says, people really can't drive as is. You know, Kirsten, I'm going to say this. I will take Southern California traffic over Eastern North Carolina traffic any day of the week. I've driven in both. At least traffic moves to a point out there because you guys developed freeways as the communities grew. Here, they didn't do that. They would just do little roads here, widen the lanes, and do this. They don't have in my area, they do in Raleigh, but not in the Greenville area. We don't have a belt line. We don't have exits to the freeway to take the congestion off. You just sit and sit and sit and watch your gas needle just drop down. And then when you finally get moving, bingo, Amy and Tony, right? Bingo. And then just when you finally get moving and you're 10 minutes from home, you hit a road and one of two things happens. Yeah, exactly, Draven. One of two things happens. Either there's a man holding a sign that says 1-lane road ahead because they're running over it, tarring it for the 100th time, the same road that they've already retarred, repaved 5 million times in the last 3 years. Just when you're 5 minutes from home, now you got to sit in a 1-lane traffic and deal with this. Then once you finally get out of that, you get behind someone who's probably not even supposed to be behind a wheel anyway. They're probably close to 100. And I'm not knocking anybody, but when you pass them, they can't even see over the steering wheel anymore. And you're on that one road that's taking you home. And they're going 25 miles per hour, and you can't pass them because traffic is in the oncoming lane because it's a 2-lane road. So you're stuck behind this 100-year-old driver for your last 5 minutes home, and it ends up becoming 20 minutes to get home. That's North Carolina. Draven, Amy, Tony, Tammy, you're South Carolina. Am I right? Out my way, they don't repave, they just throw some gravel in it. They used to do that here, and you would ride over it, and you'd hear the rocks just hitting all up underneath your front end, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, which one of these rocks is going to be the one that gets lodged in my pulley system and makes my serpentine belt stop spinning, and my alternator just shuts off and everything, because you just hear those rocks and you know something nefarious is going on underneath your car, and you just know that this is going to end up costing you money, right? Or they're going to come and they're going to fly up and they're going to hit your windshield, and you're going to get that little crack in your windshield and have to go to AutoZone and buy that little repair kit for $20, all because they just wanted to cheapo out and dump gravel down there. Know it all too well, Tammy. Oh, man. All right, what am I missing here? Anyone remember the Entenmann's Halloween cupcakes? Yes, I do. The box had the scarecrow on it, and I've still got one of the vintage boxes somewhere. It's got the little scarecrow man walking. Artwork on those boxes back in the day were amazing. You know, food boxes back then, much like the commercials back then. That's why I always do the commercials here on the channel. All of that stuff back then just hit different. They put that extra effort into everything to make it feel so special back then. And now everything's just cookie cutter and blah, and nothing feels special anymore. It's just lame. It's just lame. Let's see, Amy and Tony, you certainly are. Or worse, you go to pass and they freaking speed up. No. Here we go, Amy and Tony. The people that do that here in my area are the guys on the oversized pickup trucks. You know, they've got it on lifts. The wheels hug like the entire lane. And then they see you coming to pass and they decide to speed up or try to hug the middle of the lane. And that's when you have to ride by them when you get a chance and go over on the grass a little bit. And a nice little birdie flies out your window as you ride by. At least does in my car. That's how I handle the situation. But anyway, little guy syndrome is what they refer to it here in my area when they're doing stuff like that. But anyway, it's just the way it goes sometimes. Dracula cosplay from the Hammer films. Yeah, the Hammer films, fantastic films. Love the Hammer films. Justin says, I hate when people don't use their turn signal. Yeah, people don't even need turn signals anymore because they don't use them. It's ridiculous. October Breeze. Let's see. All right, so yeah, that's kind of how it goes around here. So we've covered traffic tonight, we've covered food tonight, we've covered halfway to Halloween tonight. Like I mentioned, I've got the Halloween Hunt premiere coming up on Sunday night, and then Tuesday I'll have another long form video, and in between tomorrow night there's going to be shorts sprinkled in because I've got to start pushing some of these shorts out because I know a lot of you like the shorts, and trust me, I've got tons and tons of them to push out there. Let's see, Justin says, up my road where I live, they blow through the stop signs. I lost count the times I've almost been T-boned. Well, here's my thing. When I'm outside cutting grass, sometimes I'm right out, and about one of the houses I cut, I'm right by a major back road that log trucks travel down. And these log trucks speed down this road, okay? And I try not to have my back turned to them if I can help it, but sometimes when you're trimming a ditch, it's impossible to keep your eyes on traffic while you're trying not to cut your foot off at the same time, I guess. With the lawnmower, it gets alarming because they just blow right by you like you're invisible, and you feel like you're legit going to be in a Final Destination movie just doing something as simple as mowing a lawn, and it's creepy. It's definitely creepy at times because when they blow by you, the impact from the wind just is enough to almost push you back. So yeah, but I've been doing it for a long time now, so I just kind of get numb to it, and I hope for the best, and I definitely don't want to hope that the worst case scenario ever happens there because that would be very 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 tragic. Let's see. What am I missing here? Any kind of truck scares me, says Bunny. Yeah, but those log trucks, those things are just a log falling off of it. You know, not even the truck not seeing me, but one of the straps busting loose, the log rolling, and I can be like halfway up in the yard, but the log's going to come rolling because it's running by at 60 miles per hour, and it's definitely going to be like Final Destination. It's, oh, oh, yeah, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. No. Tammy, he is due in August. As a matter of fact, she had her last ultrasound today, I believe, and everything's looking good. So if everything goes according to plan, it should be early to mid-August when she goes into labor. So hard to believe. Hard to believe. I mean, she's definitely at the age now, and I'm at the age now. So time to let the beard just get salt and pepper and settle into being a grandpa, I guess. And Kelly says the log truck scene from Final Destination is horrifying. It definitely is, Kelly. It definitely is. Like I've always said, movies like Final Destination, The Purge, any of that stuff that you feel like could be legit reality, it just hits different because it's got that extra creepy vibe to it, knowing that it could really happen. Makeup says I was going down the highway and guy's muffler fell off. Oh no. Mark says, do you like the Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew mysteries? Mark, I definitely had my share of the old hardback Hardy Boys books I used to get out of the school library back in the day, and my sister still to this day has a whole collection of the Nancy Drew hardback books like The Hidden Staircase, The Secret of the Old Clock, all of that stuff. Very, very familiar with all of those books. And yeah, horror literature used to be right up my alley. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, Goosebumps, the magazines, Alfred Hitchcock Mysteries. I showed about 2 weeks ago the Barnabas Collins Dark Shadows paperback book in my collection. So yeah, very familiar with all of that stuff and still have some of it in my massive, massive collection. Draven says nothing wrong with salt and pepper. No, I mean, definitely. I mean, there's some in there. You can see down here at the bottom, it's lighter than it is at the top, and it's just gonna eventually be what it's gonna be. You all will just watch me age over time here on the channel, and you'll be like, oh, okay, now this mofo needs to shave because now he's looking like Santa Claus up here. So feel free to speak up when it's getting to that point, and I'll take it into consideration. Let's see. Thank you so much, Amy and Tony. Much appreciated. Everything seems to be going well so far. Yeah, Kirsten Marie, can't believe it. You know, I didn't even feel like I was at the age to be a grandpa, but when you realize you're 4 years from 50, I guess that is about right. So where does time go? Seems like just yesterday I was eating school pizza. And just like that, we've come back full circle. All right, so is that about it for tonight? Let's see. William says, I have no kids or grandkids, and my beard is white as effing snow. The way I see it at this point, William, is whatever ones I get, I've earned it. I've earned it, you know? Justin says, I used to read Encyclopedia Brown. Definitely remember that. Kirsten Marie says, that's so scary, makeup junkie. Draven, here comes Spooky Claus. Here comes Spooky Claus. Exactly right. All right, guys. So, yeah, premiere night, Sunday night. If you've never been to a premiere, we've got 30 people here in the live stream right now. If you enjoyed this tonight, highly encourage you to come to a premiere, because even though it's not me talking to you guys in real time, we still kind of do the same concept. We watch the video that's airing that night, and we sit there and we just have like a live chat going. The joke is it's kind of like an AOL Instant Messenger chat room, because we're all just joking back and forth as we're watching the premiere. It's a good time. So if you haven't made your way to a premiere yet, highly recommend coming, because it's a fun time over there. You got to check it out. You got to check it out. Exactly, Draven. Draven's just about been to every LiveSCREAM, as well as Sherry, as well as Katang, as well as Makeup Junkie. Lots of people here have been to these, but if you haven't been to one, definitely check them out. Tammy, you got to check one out. You haven't been to one yet. There's one Sunday night at 8 o'clock. If you're around, check it out. Again, it's like an AOL chat room. It's always fun. Amy and Tony's always in there also. All right, guys. So congratulations. Got a full week of content coming next week. Again, thank you all for helping grow this channel. This channel is going to be bigger, better, funner than the old channel, and you guys are definitely a huge part in that. I'm just a little spoke on the wheel here. All of you are the gears that help keep it running. And by doing the 2 giveaways tonight, I hope that showed my appreciation to you all in some small way. And Kirsten Marie, OMG, Dancing Frogs, hit me up, email or Instagram, so I can get these shipped off of Amazon out to you guys. And hope you enjoy your Bystol cutouts when they make it your way. October Breeze, thank you so much for doing the moderating tonight, keeping the trolls under the bridge, even though I don't think any trolls came out to play tonight. But October Breeze, shout out to her. She always is great, keeps the chat clean, no BS, and you always got to have a good moderator there. And I know at times like this, October Breeze, it probably gets overwhelming. So as the channel continues to grow, you know, we may have to get a second moderator to eventually help October Breeze out. So eventually someone may volunteer. We'll figure it out as the channel grows. So anyway, all of you all, I hope you have a great weekend tonight. There'll be a short tomorrow night, premiere Sunday night, and something every night next week. So I guess this is the part that I'll wrap this up and say, until next time, I'll see you on the dark side. Good night, everybody.